Welcome, yogis, to Power Vinyasa Yoga with Michael Dynie and Sofiya, who will be demoing for us today as I hide behind the camera. So we'll start at the front of the mat in mountain pose, Samastitihi. Close your eyes.
Was I supposed to do that?
Sure, you can do whatever you want. Close the eyes, draw the awareness in. Loop the shoulders down the back. And then take a moment to connect in with the stillness of Samastitihi and the stability of a mountain. Before this class, I did my own practice today and just made the focus completely about the drishti, the gazing point of the eyes, and the breathing. And it's amazing how much that can deepen your practice. So if you ever find yourself low on motivation, just use the gazing points of the eyes in every movement and use the breath and throw the alignment away. Don't even worry about that stuff.
Throw it away.
Just throw it away. It's all a distraction anyway. That said, we will be building up to Forearmstand today, so I'll give you some quite specific alignment things that help for that pose. But I'll try not to talk any more than necessary. I've already said too much. So let's start in Samastitihi. And as you inhale, lift the arms over the head. Then exhale, reach your hands below your neck, elbows in. So we'll keep the hands together. And take a few breaths there. So elbows squeezing in. And tend the elbows as far back behind you as you can while hugging into the center line. This is very similar to both headstand and forearm stand. Notice how the front ribs want to flare out, so connect with your core, back of the legs. And on your next inhale, arms up to the sky, look thumbs. Mountain pose, exhale, arms at sides. Again, inhale, lift the arms, gaze up to thumbs. Head neutral, hands below the neck again on the exhale. Take a few breaths. Press the elbows back and up. Strong in the core. Really using your exhale to sense the core and connect with it. And next inhale, lift the arms, look thumbs. Samastitihi, exhale, mountain pose. Half sun salute. Inhale to reach up, look thumbs. Exhale, fold forwards. Half lift, inhale. Fold again on the exhale, and we'll pause there for about 3 slow breaths. Tuck the chin, bow in. Try pushing the hands into the floor. Strong in the core, strong in the legs. Half lift on the inhale. Refold, exhale. Inhale, come all the way up, look to thumbs, chin behind arms. Exhale, mountain pose, Samastitihi. Inhale, lift the arms. And exhale, fold forward, Sun Salutation A. Following through to empty. Half lift, inhale. Stepping back, exhale to Chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Exhale, down dog, following the nose towards the navel, and breathe. Focus the mind in on the breath. You're welcome to tuck the chin a little. Feel free to close the eyes as well. And with the exhale, look to the hands. Step or jump to the front, half lift on the inhale. Exhale, follow through, head to knees, fully empty. Inhale to rise up, arms lift overhead. Exhale, Samastitihi, arms at sides. Inhale, lift the arms, look up at the thumbs. And then look down the nose on the exhale. Instead of looking at where you're going, follow your nose all the way to your navel. Inhale, look up between the eyebrows, lift the chin. Looking down the nose, exhale to Chaturanga. Inhale, nose or eyebrows, up dog. Exhale, fall the nose to the navel, down dog.
Drink every time Mike says nose.
Sofiya says, drink every time Mike says nose. Drink what though? Coffee? Green tea? Scotch?
Eggnog.
Eggnog. That's right. Only one more week of eggnog left. A few more breaths. All there is to think about is breathing, looking down the nose. Exhale to look thumbs. Step or jump. Inhale, look between eyebrows. Exhale, look nose to navel. Inhale, lift the arms, gazing up to thumbs. Exhale, samastitihi. And again, inhale, look thumbs. Exhale, fall your nose, lead with the chin, and then bow in to look navel. Inhale, look between eyebrows. Exhale, look nose to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, curling from the core, downward dog. And breathe. Moment to moment on the breath. Exhale to look thumbs, jump or step. Inhale, half lift. Fold, exhale. Inhale, look thumbs, rising up. Exhale, samastitihi, once more. Inhale, look thumbs, spread the toes. Exhale, following the nose to the navel. Inhale between eyebrows, and then look nose as you press through the hands, exhaling to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, following the nose, move from the core, down dog. And breathe. And play with this one, using your exhale to flow into plank. Feel free to take the feet further away from the hands. Then as you inhale, flow back into down dog. And continue. Exhale, look navel as you go to plank. Inhale, lift the chin for down dog. Moving on your breath, moving like waves. And then one more and we'll meet in down dog. And take a few recovery breath in down dog. And by recovery, I mean hang out in stillness so we don't get too dizzy. Next exhale, look thumbs. Inhale, jump. And then look between eyebrows. Exhale, fold, look to navel. Inhale, rise up, look thumbs. Exhale, samastitihi, bend your knees. Inhale, chair pose, Surya Namaskara B. Exhale, fold forward, look navel. Inhale, look between eyebrows, push into your hands. Exhale, look nose, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, look navel and step the right foot forward, keeping that gaze. Inhale, rise up, warrior one, look to thumbs. Exhale, chaturanga, look down the nose. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, look navel, left foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, look thumbs. Exhale, chaturanga, look nose. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, and breathe. Drawing the front ribs in, connect with the core. And then awaken the inner legs as if you're squeezing something in between them. Exhale to look thumbs, bend your knees. Inhale, jump or step, and then look up. Exhale, fold, quadriceps contracted. Inhale, chair pose, look up to thumbs, lifting the chin. Exhale, mountain pose, samastitihi. And again, inhale to chair pose. Exhale, fold, look to navel. Inhale, lift the chin. As you push through the hands, look nose. Chaturanga on the exhale. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one, look thumbs. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, look navel, left foot forward. Inhale, warrior one, look thumbs. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And breathe. So if you'd like to try another stage of the wavy movement, you can exhale from plank all the way to up dog, keeping the chin tucked the whole time. And then lift the chin on the inhale, down dog. Exhale, tucking the chin, plank to up dog. Inhale, downward facing dog. And do a few more at your own pace. And find a few breaths of stillness in downward dog. Exhale to bend the knees. Inhale, jump or step. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose, arms reaching up. Exhale, standing in mountain. Last one. Inhale to chair. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, look up, push into your hands. Exhale, chaturanga, gazing down the nose. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, look navel, right foot forward. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog, left foot forward. And then rolling up, inhale, warrior one. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Pushing the hips back, hold the posture, draw the core in. So really connect with your abdominals. With an inhale, lift the right leg straight up to the sky and hold, pointing the right foot. Draw the front ribs in, find a neutral spine, strong core and buttocks. And then rounding your back, exhale, knee to right shoulder. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, knee to nose, moving through the center. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, knee to the left shoulder. And repeat that whole sequence again. Knee to right shoulder. Knee to nose. Knee to left shoulder. And then one more time, that whole sequence. Next exhale, right foot forward, back foot flat. Inhale, warrior one, arms reaching up. Interlace the fingers on the exhale, taking the hands behind the back. Inhale, open the chest. Humble warrior, exhale to bow inside of the right leg. And breathe. Strong in the glutes, heavy on the right heel.
It's getting harder and harder to practice on this mat.
And Sofiya has voiced concern that our yoga mat has become a little bit too worn. The feet slide away aggressively. It's very challenging. But it does cause you to awaken the inner leg line by squeezing the heels towards each other. So you really get the inner left thigh working, as well as the back of the right thigh. And it's all stuff that we need to be able to balance in forearm stand.
So what I'm hearing is we're not getting a new mat anymore.
No new mats. Hands to the floor on the exhale. Half crow pose. Pick up the right foot. And then make your way to chaturanga on an exhale. Ooh, fancy. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Draw the front ribs in. Inhale, left leg straight up, point the toe, and hold. 3 breath. Drawing those front ribs in. One more breath. And then knee to left shoulder on an exhale. Round your back. Inhale, lift the leg. Knee through center on the exhale. Inhale, lift the leg. Knee to right shoulder on the exhale. Inhale, lift, and repeat that whole sequence. Left shoulder, forehead or center. Right shoulder twisting to the right a little. And then one more time, each of the movements. This is training the foundations for crow pose, side crow, lalasana, or floating between poses. Next time the leg comes up, exhale, step forward on the left foot. Inhale, warrior 1, arms up. Exhale, interlace the fingers behind the back. Inhale, pull through the arms, open the chest. Exhale, fold, squeezing the shoulder blades, humble warrior, bowing inside of the left knee, and breathe. Cue to tear apart the mat. It helps to activate the right glute. And then the cue to squeeze the heels towards each other awakens the inner thigh of that same leg. So we're trying to activate both these connections at the same time. And that's really what's going to give you that stability and control over the pelvis when you're upside down. On the next exhale, take the hands to the floor and pick up the left foot, half crow. You can either stay on your right toes or pick up the right foot as well, as Sofiya is showing. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath in, lift your heels. Exhale, knees to the floor slowly. And then interlace your fingers and place the head behind the hands. So you could do frog headstand, lifting the head, lifting the knees. And then we turn the hips out so the knees go a little bit wider, pressing the buttocks back. So you can work with that pose, holding it as long as you can. Option 2, full headstand, placing the head behind the hands. Find a straight line for the first 10 breaths, squeezing the inner legs. Get steady through the wrist, strong in the core of the body. Use your Ujjayi breathing to help regulate the breath. 5 more to go. So for those of you in frog, try to hold that posture, cultivating a straight line from the upper arm bone through the spine, which is a little bit closer to forearm stand than the actual headstand is. All right, so for those of you still in headstand, try bringing one leg down, keep one leg up, and then switch. So this action of using the legs like a bounce beam, really key to forearm stand. And if you can't do headstand, don't worry. There's a lot of other poses that we'll do before we play with the forearm stand. Simpler poses like standing postures. Okay, so for those of you still in headstand, try bringing both legs down halfway and then come up, repeating that 3 times. For those of you in the forearm frog, try going into a forearm plank, taking the feet a little further back. And then hold for 3 breaths, hold the L form, or hold the forearm plank. For those of you in forearm plank, bring your legs together and lift one leg up, lower it, lift the other leg up, lower it, and alternate without letting anything else move. And then we'll all come down, resting, sit back towards the heels. Child's pose. Letting your spine round and relax. And then its close cousin, the puppy stretch or heart opening pose, Anahatasana. So you can walk the hands way forward. Here we lift the buttocks, melt the heart to the floor, and cultivate a back bend. If you prefer, you could do this with your elbows on the floor and the hands together in prayer, reaching up to the sky. We'll take 5 more breaths. This really closely approximates the openness of the shoulders and the upper spine for a forearm stand. Now as the heart melts, play with connecting with the core, drawing the front ribs in by really connecting with the exhale. And then bringing the hands to the floor, we'll lift the head and press back to downward facing dog. And take a breath in to lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees and jumper step. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, chair pose, arms lifting. Exhale, stand in mountain pose. Take the feet hip width on an inhale. Lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, catch the big toes, Padangustasana, hands to big toes pose. Inhale, suck in the low belly and look up, gazing between eyebrows. Exhale, follow the nose, bowing in, slight tuck of the chin, 5 breaths. Quadriceps are strong, toes are spreading and rooting. Try to stay connected with the core. On the next inhale, lift the head, keep hold of the big toes. Exhale, hands under feet pose, step on the palms of the hands. Again, inhale, lifting the heart, look up. Exhale, fold in, reaching the hands into the floor. 5 breaths. This is called Padahastasana. Hastas under padas. It's going to be a really nice pose to decompress the wrist after any kind of arm balancing. So you just imagine trying to pull the hands out from under the feet. This can also have the effect of activating the upper back. And then low belly sucks in. Inhale, lift the chin. Exhale, Samastitihi, mountain, drawing the front ribs in as you come to standing. And then opening to the side, feet about 3 feet apart. Inhale. Right foot turns out. Exhale, take the right big toe for Trikonasana or hold on to the shin. Look to the top hand and breathe. Tear the mat apart with the feet on one breath and then squeeze the heels towards each other on the other. So you can play with that using wiggle room, see what feels right, and try to maintain this idea of co-activating opposing actions. On the inhale, come up, parallel feet, and then turn the left foot out, right heel back a little. Exhale to the other side. Take the left big toe, gazing to top hand. Adapt the pose to your own needs in this moment. Quadriceps strong, toes spreading. If you tear the mat apart with the feet, this will help activate the left hip flexors and right glute. And try keeping those actions while squeezing the heels towards each other. On your next inhalation, come up, and then half moon, right foot out. Exhale to lift the back leg, gazing down your right fingers, and breathe. Strong the quadriceps, focus on the rooting of the ball of the foot. From that rooting, explore the lift of the left leg. Front ribs drawing in, quad strong, glutes strong. Exhale to land it and turn. Inhale, left foot out. Exhale, half moon, Ardha Chandrasana. Lifting the right leg, gazing down your left fingers. Breathe. Exhaling, land the foot, and then turn the right foot out, left leg spins in, another 45 degrees, revolve triangle. Exhale, left hand outside of the foot. Squeeze the legs towards each other like a pair of scissors trying to close, engaging into the back of that right thigh, working the inner left thigh. You can also try the opposite, tearing the mat apart with the feet, awakening the right hip, left glute. We need it all. Exhale to look down. Inhale, come up and turn. And twist through the exhale, right hand outside the foot. Top arm up. Squeezing the inner legs, drawing back through that left hip a little. Very often when we go upside down, the hip hikes up and takes the whole pelvis out of alignment with it. The hip that's more deeply flexed. So in this context, it's the left hip. Try to draw that left hip back and notice what you use to do it. You're using your glute, you're using your hamstrings. You're intending the hip towards extension. Exhale to look down. Inhale, turn to the side, hands to prayer on the exhale, or fists together to modify. Right foot out, left leg spins in again. With an inhale, lift the heart to a back bend, gazing up between eyebrows. Exhale, fold over the right leg and breathe. Turn on the pose. Tear the mat apart. Strong in the core. And then look out for that hiking up of the right hip. You know what to do. Pull the hip back. Squeeze the heels towards each other to help train those connections. And then take the hands to the floor, past your right foot, lift the left leg on an inhale, spread the arms like wings, lifting the heart, and breathe. And then think of squeezing the midline with your lifted leg. So left leg hugs into the center. You can even let the left hip drop a little bit to level things off. Just imagine drawing your right hip back, like the previous pose. Landing the foot, inhale, turn to the side. Exhale, prayer or fists together behind the back. Left foot out, right leg spins in. And with an inhale, lift up through your heart. Exhale, fold over the left leg, tearing the mat apart. And then drawing the left hip back. Likewise, you can try to hike up the right hip. And that works with drawing the left hip back. Exhale, bend the left knee, hands to floor past the foot. Inhale, lift the right leg and the heart. And then spreading the arms like wings, lift the heart a little bit more. Engage into the upper back. Breathe. Squeezing the midline with the right leg. There's a tendency to hike up the left hip, so try to draw that left hip back, connecting with the glute and hamstrings. Using that strength. You can also hike up the right hip on purpose. And then we'll land the right foot. Inhale, turning to the side. Exhale, mountain pose. And then wide-legged fold. So inhale, take the feet wide apart, holding onto the waist. Exhale, fold forward, reaching for the floor. Halfway up, inhale, pause there for 3 breaths. Feel free to take the feet a little bit wider apart. See what feels comfortable in your hip joint. Quadriceps strong. Heart pulling forward away from the pelvis. Think of sucking in the low belly. Our mat's very slippery here. Too slippy. Exhale, fold forward. So there's the option to bring the top of the head to the floor. Good. So for those of you in tripod, squeeze the elbows in. At the same time, push the hands down strongly. And then walking the hands forward, take breath in. Exhale, hands to waist. Inhale, come all the way up, slightly bent knees. Exhale fully. Inhale, spread the arms out. Exhale, hold your waist. Loop the shoulders up and back on the inhale. Lift the chin, and then fold on the exhale. 5 breaths, keeping the hands at the waist. Focus on broadening across the collarbones, opening the chest up. Legs are strong and supportive. Chest is opening. Hands to the floor on your next exhale, and then walk them forward. So come onto your forearms, interlace the fingers, and then loading up your shoulder, play with lifting the heels so the shoulders go a bit more forward over the elbow, and then lower your heels down. Repeating that 5 times, lifting and lowering the heels. And so as the shoulder goes more over your elbow, that's the same position that we train for full forearm stand. So it's going to be hard. Try not to work too hard, though. Save your energy for forearm stand. Unless you don't think you're going to make it, then go for it. We're not going to make it. Okay, cool. So let's bring the hands to the floor. Skandasana, turning the feet out. Yeah, feel free to adjust your mat.
Take this opportunity to do what I've been
Yeah, totally.
meaning to do.
So we'll bend into the right leg, left leg straight, and then you can use the hands on the floor. Coming across center, bend the left leg, right leg straight. And then keep alternating. Just loosening things up a little more. If you'd like an extra challenge, keep the hands together at the heart. And so if you keep the hands at the heart like Sofiya is showing now, this really forces you to use the strength in the back of the legs. It's quite challenging, especially if you're not used to moving this way, but very beneficial. And this has a direct crossover into the ability to stand on your hands or forearms or head. Figuring out how to activate the hip extensors to support the hip joint and pelvis. So then we'll pause, bending the right leg, left arm up to the sky. You can stay there. Option 2, bind, turning the shoulders in. Grab hold of the left wrist if possible. If you can't grab the wrist, grabbing your hand is fine, or you can even just pretend holding onto your clothing, whatever you can reach there. It's all good. Keep on turning your left chest open. Try to stretch the left side of your spine. And then we'll switch sides, bending into the other leg. Press the left arm against inner thigh, right arm opens up. Stay there or bind. These postures are really good to intersperse throughout a practice. It's like refueling your tank before you do the hard thing again. But we're also developing our squat. It's working straight leg. It's working adductor length on the inner thighs to help you with the pike press with the legs wide. A lot of crossover in these poses. They're all related. All right, and then come back to center. So if you can find your way to a wall, so Sofiya, if you just turn around fully, that's it. Yeah, yeah. So we're going to bring the hands to the floor underneath the shoulders. And then just like we did in forearm stand, play with rocking onto your toes, lifting your heels. Do that a few times and notice the feeling in your core. Keep your gazing point in between your hands. And then try to feel that connection to the core is one thing, so strong abdominals, front ribs moving in. Secondary thing is what I call pelvis power. The feeling of flexing into the hips, hugging the thigh bones into the hip sockets, lifting the buttocks. So some of you might be flexible enough to bring your pelvis over your wrists and then just lift all the way up. Here's another really great technique we can do. So we're going to bend the knees, look between hands, keep your hands really close to the wall, like just a few inches away. And then you're going to jump your hips over your hands, moving with bent knees. Yep, that's it. So you're jumping into that squat. Yep. That's it. Woo! And so if you bail, the wall's right there. Nice, Soph. That was great. It's so scary. That's why we're doing it with the wall. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So this is really the key. So as you jump forward, you're going to keep the flexion of your hip. Draw your thigh bones towards the sides of your ribs. Okay, so we got lift off. If you get lift off, that's cool. You can stay there. Just enjoy it. Whatever you do is making you stronger, so you can do no wrong here.
Excuse you, I just did a full handstand.
I saw that. You did a full handstand. Bravo.
Whatever happened is perfect. I'm like, yeah, it is.
Yeah, and give yourself a second to shake out, and then do it again.
Oh.
Yeah, so 3 to 5 breath rest max. Just get back in the horse and focus on working with the squat power a bit more so keep the thigh bones drawing in, keep the knees bent as you jump in, and then try to hold it with your knees bent. Yep, keep that. Yes. So you're really going to have to flex into your hip. You're going to feel, it's going to be scary because you're leaning your pelvis past your comfort zone. But draw your thigh bones back into your belly now. Oh, yeah, so we went a little too far that time. Folks at home, I wish I could see you right now. We'll have to do this again on Zoom soon. Yes, that's the movement. So if you're watching, that's it. And then you try to hold that. So you got to push through the heel of your palm to get there. And then it's gripping with the fingertips and drawing the front ribs in to hold it. Yep. Grip, grip, grip. Keep intending the butt to the wall. That's it. There it is. Yeah. And then shake it out. We'll take 5 breaths to shake it out. If you want to do it one more time at home, go ahead. We're done. We're gonna, unless you want to do it again, Soph, go for it. It's so easy to get carried away with this stuff. And okay, what the hell? Let's do it one more time. Let's go. One more time. This is live stream yoga. It's the same as real life yoga, but on a TV. Yes. Yeah. Now, thigh bones to belly, butt up. Okay. So when we bring the thigh bones to the belly, we tend to lose the lift of the butt, and we end up coming out of it. So it's a strong blend of prana and apana, these two opposing forces. That was very good. Okay. That's great. So let's meet at Samastitihi, top of the mat. And then inhaling, lift your arms overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bend your knees, look thumbs. Inhale, plank. Back to bent knees, and then start to spring with momentum. So now you're testing the circuitry. This is a lot like when you were jumping into the wall. All right, now for the fun part. Jump towards your hands, bent knees. There it is. Now jump back 5 times. Take your time to jump forward. It's good to do a couple bounces and pulses before jumping. And so this can train one of 2 movements, depending on the emphasis. It could train the pelvis connection for forearm stand, handstand. If you're working more like a crow pose, then it trains floating through. So that would involve having the spine more rounded. For our purposes, let's work with the lift of the buttocks. And after your next one, you can jump forward into a squat and just hang out. Press the backs of the hands into each other. Nice and easy movement for the wrist. Shake your wrists out. And then take the hands to the floor. Full crow, Bakasana. Rounding your back, bend your elbows. Protract the scapula, so big round of the spine. Knees just outside of the upper arm bones. Squeeze them in against the outer arms. And chaturanga, shoot back. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. And then come into a squat with your right leg. You're going to sit on your left heel. So right leg squatting, sit on your left heel with the left thigh bone going out about 45 degrees. As you exhale, reach the right arm forward, binding around the right shin. Grab your left hand. Inhale, turn the left chest open, look up. Exhale, bow towards the floor while strongly pressing the back of your right arm against your shin. Broaden across the collarbones, open the chest up. Try leading with the chin, aiming the chin forward, as if you're in forearm stand. Inhale, come up, and then bring your right fist into your left palm, right in front of the heart. curl back a little bit from the pelvis, and then bring your right leg into the midline and away from it. So inward rotation, outward rotation. Adding, abducting. Good. Now bring that right foot a little bit closer to the left leg. And as you bring that right leg across the midline, exhale, twist, left arm outside the knee. Turn the shoulder in and try binding your right hand. If that's easy, try binding the right wrist and look over your shoulder. Turning the chest open. Inhale, look forwards. And then exhale, imagine you're catching a basketball. Lean over to the right, side crow. So if you get your side crow, try to scissor the legs, bringing that top leg back. Squeeze the inner thighs. And when you're done, come back to sitting, and we'll do the other side. You can sit on your right heel, left leg squatting. And with an exhale, reach that left arm forward, binding around the left shin. Catching the right fingers or wrist. Inhale, look up, and exhale, bowing towards the floor with a slight twist. Strong through the left side of the core. This is basically a variation of Marichyasana B position without the lotus, which allows for a lot more play around the position of the pelvis and the spine. 2 more breath, actively pressing the arm against the shin. Notice how this broadens across the collarbones. And then inhale to come up. And then bring your left fist into your right hand and go inwards and outwards with that left hip. Think about rounding the spine, protracting the scapula, dropping the tailbone. So this can make the movements of that left hip feel a lot better in the hip joint. And then we'll bring that left foot closer to the midline and twist on the exhale. Right arm comes across, squishing the belly. As long as you feel the squish, you're doing it perfectly. Binding optional. If possible, you'd be trying to grab hold of the left fingers or left wrist. And these are really good counter poses for arm balances. They also train some of the connections involved with arm balancing. And then look forwards. Imagine catching a ball. And you can fall over to the left for side crow with scissor legs. Bearing the weight in the right arm mostly. The left arm comes off the body a little. And then come back to the center sitting. Stretch your legs out in front. Raise the arms about eye level. Lean back 45 degrees. Boat pose Navasana. So inhale, legs up, holding still for the first 5 breaths. Try to get your legs straight and squeeze your legs together, activating the inner thighs. Strong medicine. Exhale, cross your legs. Lift whatever you can on the inhale. Exhale, sit back. Round 2. Nice, Soph. A lot on the wrist these days. Sorry about that. We'll ease up on the wrist after this one. So crossing the legs on the exhale, lift again on the in-breath. And then last one, reach the arms forward the whole time though. We'll go from high boat to low boat. Keep the arms forward. I just don't want the folks at home copying you in the overhead thing. So go to low boat. Yeah, that's it. And high boat. Just work with it like that. And then go ahead and do your thing, Soph. Soph likes this more hardcore one. I'm not into it. It's just too hard.
It takes a handstand.
I know, you're too powerful. All right, come all the way up, cross legs, and then vinyasa. Inhale, step back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Very good. Inhale to high plank. Exhale, lay down onto the belly. And then bring the backs of the hands to the floor, legs together. Inhale, lift shoulders and legs. 5 breath in locust pose, Shalabhasana. So really strong in the upper back, strong in the inner legs. Exhale to come down. So forehead to the floor, reach the arms straight ahead, palms face each other. Inhale, lift your arms and legs. Lift your head and chest. Lift everything up. Another variation of locust. So lift your chin to look forward on the inhale. Exhale, forehead to the floor. Everything else keeps lifting higher. 5 times. Inhale, slowly lift the chin. Gaze between hands. Exhale, bowing the forehead down. Lift arms. Lift legs. 3 more to go. Keep squeezing the inner legs. And then come all the way down. Relax. Bow pose. Bend the knees. Catch hold of the outer feet. And feel free to adjust yourself with some extra support underneath the pelvis. Exhale, catch the outer feet. Kick back to lift the knees on the in-breath. Lift and open the heart and breathe. Exhale to let go. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. And we'll lower the knees to the floor and set up beside the wall again. So this time we'll have our hands closest to the wall. Come on to the forearms. And we'll do this in a few different phases. Starting with dolphin, bring your feet together. Good. And then as you push off the toes, come forward, gazing towards your fingers. That's it. So lift and lower the heels. We'll do this one 3 times. And as the heels reach down, press your heart towards your feet. Try to open your chest like a back bend. So let's bring the heels down now. Push the heart towards the feet. Open your chest like a back bend. And that's the action to really focus on once your foot goes to the wall. So now let's lift the right leg up. We're going to swing, bringing that right heel to the wall. Keeping the heel on the wall, your pelvis stays off of the wall entirely. And remember that feeling of pressing your heart towards your feet. Squeeze that left leg into the midline as it stays down about halfway. Squeeze the inner legs and glutes. And then take a few breaths to rest. Relax the body. We'll play around a few more times. Give yourself like at least 3 breaths between sets. And then we'll come up again, bring the feet together. Try swinging with the left leg. And then pushing off the tips of the right toes. There it is. Left heel on the wall, right leg off of the wall. Think of the scissor leg action, squeezing the center line and strongly engaging the glutes. Firmly push your heel against the wall to help activate the back of that leg, glutes and hamstrings. Take your recovery breath as soon as you need them, 3 to 5 breaths.
And then what?
And then we'll do it again. So one more swing and a spring, and then we'll explore a different technique after. So once you're feeling really comfortable with the scissor legs, start bringing the leg that's off the wall a little bit closer to it, and then both feet off the wall, legs together. It's going to be the hardest part. Front ribs drawing in, core strong. Very good. And then shake it out a little bit. Then we have one more approach to play with. So interlace the fingers. Set up just like a headstand, keeping the elbows near the head, and literally place your head behind your hands. And so for this one, we're going to lift the hips. You can hop one of your feet to the wall, and then you're going to bend that knee, sliding the heel down the wall. That's it. And then place your other foot on the wall beside it. That's it. So keeping your legs close together, you're going to push into your heels and lift the head off the floor. Press your heart through the arms so you're working full range of motion, strong in the core, drawing those front ribs in. Beautiful. And then we'll set up for camel pose. Taking the legs parallel, hip width. This is something of a counter pose for the shoulders. Inhale, loop the shoulders up and back. The legs are still squeezing the midline. Exhale, go back with the option of catching the heels. Option to open the throat, stretching the whole front line out. 5 slow breaths. If the heels is too much, you could always hold the sacrum area instead around the lower back region. And with core strength, come all the way up. And then take the hands forward, press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, come through to a seated position. Exhale, slowly lay down onto your back. Shoulder stand. Bringing the legs up, try to find an opening through the chest similar to camel. Exhale from the core to lift the hips and support the low back. Squeeze the inner legs strongly. Gaze up the feet and breathe. Keeping the right leg still, explore bringing the left leg down slowly and then bring it up. And you don't have to go down all the way, just go down a little bit, be where it feels comfortable for your neck and your shoulders. And then we'll lower both legs down for plow pose. You can interlace the fingers behind the back and squeeze the shoulder blades a little, or hold the edges of the mat with the hands. And breathe. And exhale to ear pressure pose, bending the knees somewhere near the ears or the forehead. Bring the feet to touch. Breathe into your back. Returning to plow pose, straighten the legs, but take the feet wide apart and reach for your big toes with peace fingers. Taking 5 breaths. Try to straighten the legs. So it's just like a wide-legged split, but upside down. Exhale to find your core, and then rock up to sitting, bouncing on your sitting bones. Breathe. Ooh. Lift the heart. Draw the arm bones back. And then make your way to a wide-legged fold, sitting on the floor with the legs wide apart. Take a breath in to get tall, and then right hand to left foot on the exhale. Inhale, come up, and switch. Exhale, other side. Do a few more vinyasas like that. And then taking that right hand over to the left foot, you can pause there, bowing the head towards the knee. Strong buttocks, inhale to come up. And exhale, other side, taking that left hand towards the right ankle. And then inhale, slowly come up, leaning over onto your left forearm. Fold your right leg back, flexing the right toes towards the shin. Bring your knees wide apart, and then side bend over that left leg, reaching for the foot with one or both hands, or you can simply press the left forearm into the floor alongside the inner leg. Inhale, slowly come up, pointing your right foot. Bring that right leg into half hero and take the left foot to the inner thigh or half lotus. And then we'll twist looking over the left shoulder. You can bring your left arm behind the back, attempting to bind the foot if you're in lotus, or simply holding the fabric of your clothing. Right chest turns open. And inhale, come back to center. Straighten the left leg out. Leaning onto the left side, straighten the right leg out. And as we lean over onto that right forearm, fold your left leg back, flexing toes to shin. Take the knees wide apart and side bend along the right leg. Really lengthening up the left side body. Moving from the core, slowly come up, pointing the left foot. Take that left leg to hero pose, and then right foot along the inner thigh or right foot to half lotus. Right arm behind the back, half bound, holding whatever you can reach. Meanwhile, the left hand could be towards the lotus knee, or maybe even sliding underneath that knee to stretch the wrist. Inhale back to center. And then taking the right foot to the floor on the inner thigh, come into a comfortable sitting position, one foot in front of the other. So this is called Siddhasana. If you prefer to do half or full lotus, you're welcome to do that posture instead. And we'll take 5 breaths to sit up tall, sucking in below the navel. Long exhalations. And then slow the inhale. And then turning to the front of the mat, stretch the legs out. On a long exhale, lay down onto your back, making your way into Shavasana. Letting go of the body. Relax the face, the forehead. Relax the eyes, the arms, relax the neck and the throat. Let go of all effort through the body. And Shavasana can be a deeply healing pose. Take more time, another 5-10 minutes if you have it. And we'll leave you to finish up on your own. So thank you so much for practicing with us, everybody. Hope this served you really well. Peace.